Human trafficking. There's a lot that I speak on and that I know, but there are so many other depths that I don't know. The grooming process, the breaking process, the traumatology, the effects it has on the brain, the trauma bond. There's so much to learn about, and I'm finally going to have the opportunity to learn about this come January 15th, the National Education Summit on Human Trafficking in Houston, Texas, Smart Financial Center. We've got a whole lineup of wonderful speakers.
And so I'm going to draw from my own personal experience and kind of lay out how I got trafficked. And Natly, let me blow everybody's mind. Before these things, okay? Before the social media that we're on right now. Because there was a social media before this, okay? And it's called television.
Oh.
It's called magazines. Okay?
Wow.
And radio and music, and how all of this intricately is part of trafficking. It's really sad, but we have hope. So I really want everyone to just really come on in, lean in, come to this conference. We got some great speakers. I mean, phenomenal speakers.
You ready for this year's National Education Summit on Human Trafficking this January 15th of 2022? I am Dr. Nisi Hamilton, and I'm super excited to be talking to you guys and telling you my childhood experience of homelessness, my experience in foster care, our court system, how foster kids are so vulnerable to exploitation because of the lack of foundational and family support. You guys, we need more life coaches. We need more mentors. We need more sounding boards. As you all know, Childproof America are great friends of mine, and I cannot wait to grace the stage and be with you all. Get your tickets now and join the fight against human trafficking.
What are some things that you are going to highlight about, your what your experience entailed?
Absolutely. So firstly, I think one of the biggest things that I like to bring up, because it can happen to anybody, right? I don't look like someone that has gone through something like that. I've had people tell me you look like the girl next door. So it can happen to anybody from any demographic, from any neighborhood, any skin color. But in order to protect ourselves, we have to educate ourselves and we have to equip ourselves, because we're the ones that have to take the power back in these situations. So, being able to recognize the signs and the symptoms of being groomed, being trafficked, what that looks like, and the realistic conversations that we need to be having with our friends.
Hi, my name is Sabrina Lopez. I am the founder and CEO of Girls Speak Up Incorporated. I am so excited to partner with Childproof America as we are getting ready for the National Education Summit on Human Trafficking. Join myself and other powerful speakers January 14th and 15th as we shed light on human trafficking. I hope to bring you new insight on child exploitation and the importance of consent and boundaries so that families do not fall victim to this horrific crime. This is an event you do not want to miss.
How does somebody get kind of sucked into this, right? Like what does the home life situation look like? What are the, because there's a lot of those feelings out there, like my beautiful wife was saying, how the system is broken and how that system, is a struggle, right? But then if you're going to have a family reaccept a child that's returning back home, because a lot of times, that is their best source of stabilization. If the relationship isn't all good, right. How can they understand? Because there's a lot of guilt. There's a lot of after guilt sometimes, and, did something I do? Was that what caused it? And so I'm going to be speaking in particular just on helping to kind of understand that and focus on that. And just to help families kind of figure out what those dynamics are that sort of lead to that.
So we're going to really hone in on what could be the most effective for the audience to learn. And that would be understanding from the victim's point of view how to be received by their families and have an idea of what they've gone through. And it is certainly important to understand how were they identified, groomed, recruited, contained through the trafficking. What makes them stay, such as trauma bonding, which Brian may touch on during his presentation, which we see with all emotional abuse, certainly with trafficking. But what about the consumers or the customer base, which we call them Johns? Without any demand, there's not going to be a supply.
Law enforcement, nursing, social work, certified case managers, teachers, and educators. If this is you, you can get 5 credited hours by going to this education summit. Take a look. On top of a very powerful experience in learning more about human trafficking, there will also be a performance by Christian hip hop artist Lecrae.